Welcome. I'm Natalie Bastian, Global CMO at Teads, and I'm joined here today by Dave Rosenblum, the VP of Global Media at Mattel. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. It's such a fun experience here at Canvas Worldwide at the Media Summit, and I know you just wrapped your panel around the power of OTT, and so let's just kick it off, and I'd love just to open it up and hear your thoughts on how the evolving nature of OTT and connected TV has factored into the broader media strategy at Mattel.
Right. Well, first of all, the big thing for us is that, kids' TV ratings have been declining since 2006. They're actually down over 90% since 2006. So for us, digital video and OTT is just TV. It's, that's how kids consume content, and that's really where we need to be. And it's been really kind of existential for us to kind of figure it out. And we see it as an opportunity. And, how do we kind of do things better and do things smarter?
Mm-hmm. That's so true. I mean, OTT, CTV, it is TVD. Children, consumers in general, they don't diversify or distinct between the two. So that makes a lot of sense. From a media standpoint, where do you think the challenges and opportunities lie with connected TV or TV being added into a broader digital strategy?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest challenge with us is measurement and having a currency. How do we kind of have a good way to look at things and see that past behavior is predictive of future behavior and understand kind of across all of the TV ecosystem, digital and linear, where we should be deploying our dollars.
Yeah, and the power of constant currency across these different channels also offers accountability to the places that you're investing your media in and really poses as an opportunity to unify and help Mattel and broader brands further invest into these platforms. So when it comes to measurement, what metrics are you looking at as form of verification to help tie to the outcomes for your brand?
I mean, right now, really, we look at our model, our market mix model, and that is really how we look at things. And what we see from OTT is that views and impressions is really what the variable that's most correlated to success. And what we find is that price is like the single biggest factor in driving efficacy. The lower the price, the more effective it is. And I think that's a bad thing. I think that the reason that is because we don't have that currency and that accountability. Mm-hmm. And so if we had that currency and accountability, then I think we'd be able to move forward as an industry. Because I think it's not good for both the buyer and the seller to just focus on driving down CPMs. Like, that's not really going to be a long-term strategy and way for us to all succeed as a business.
Right. It goes into the quality of the view, the quality of the audience that you're looking at. And so when you look at verification on viewership, what's your position or what are your thoughts on the concept of using attention as a metric of quality?
Right. And that's really what we do and how we're able to be most effective. And, for the most part, that's with YouTube. And YouTube right now is OTT, and a lot of our spend on YouTube is on OTT. And really what we're measuring and optimizing to is engagement with our content. Mm-hmm. And so, we create a lot of content for our brands. Our channels have enormous viewership on them. And what we find is that if we look at our media spend and look at our content, that what is most effective is our consumers engaging with our content. Mm-hmm. And we find that by optimizing towards engagement, that allows us to be more effective. And what we find is that we boost content that consumers are engaging with, and then we also use the metrics that we find when we find success to then create more content that is successful content.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say rinse and repeat, but repeat and scale and further extend your audience. So
that's right.
Going beyond YouTube, that's definitely something, thinking about the broader digital ecosystem and how the consumer or the customer journey falls in. How do you factor in the importance of TV, connected TV, into your digital plan as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge part, right? And because that's where the audience is. So in addition to, just doing advertising, we're also creating content for connected TV channels. And we're also creating new kinds of advertising and new kinds of content. I like to say that we didn't create the 15-second TV spot because we thought it would be more effective to give our message in less than 15 seconds, right? Because for a toy spot with the island, we're really talking about 11 seconds that we have to say our message. We did it because the cost of TV was increasing exponentially, and that was really the way that we were able to improve our performance, was by standardizing a 15-second spot. So in digital video, we find creating longer content, creating different types of content, doing sponsorship opportunities, things like pause ads, are really a way for us to drive, better engagement, better efficacy.
Yeah, and I'd have to say, there's no better way to immerse into the Mattel brand like the upcoming movie of Barbie, which I have to mention. And so how is that something of that stature that is naturally appealing not only to kids, but also to their parents, and the nostalgic factor, and obviously the product line that comes out of it? How does that factor into your broader media mixes, and what are your plans for that, if you can preview any?
Well, first of all, July 21st, everybody go see the movie.
Save the date.
So yes, save the date for the movie, and yeah, it's going to be great. We're really excited for it, and I think that how we really think at Mattel is we're not just a toy company. We're not a toy manufacturer. We're managing franchises and managing IP. So part of our overall strategy for Mattel is really leaning into content as part of our marketing strategy, and managing brands and managing franchises, in addition to just doing traditional toy marketing.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, crystal ball, looking into the future, what do you want to see happen in connected TV a year from now?
So I think that, currency, as we talked about, is really important. But I think the other thing too is, how do we get better at using technology to manage that you're running in the right environments and you're running in content that is the best content. A lot of what we do now is really manual, right? We're dependent on our partners. We ask our partners for program lists, and everybody, always says, oh my God, it's, thousands and thousands of programs. And, we say that's okay. Like, we just have to work together and manage that, we're running in the right content. And I think the future will be, in addition to currency, using technology to kind of manage that you're running in the right content.
Yes. And how do you factor in the rising power of AI when it comes to automation from a media perspective?
Oh my God, AI, the AI question. I think, AI, I am not a computer scientist, and quite honestly, some of the things I hear about AI terrify me. But I know that also, we're currently using AI today. AI already is in search marketing. AI is already in, content detection and, brand safety. And I think that AI is going to be an important part of, our strategy going forward, and kind of the media business and what we have to manage. I think, though, we have to be careful, right, and understand exactly, what these systems are doing, and that, we're not kind of putting something into AI and we don't really understand what the implications are going to be.
Yes, that's so true. And I think the reality is AI has been embedded in media and platforms for years, but the ability to now use it in an application format, from a creative standpoint, from a content standpoint, it's exciting, but also it needs to have the human touch in order to make sure that it's effective and also, compliant to the standards of brands as well. So 100% agree with that. Well, Dave, thank you so much for joining today and sharing your insights and a preview of what's ahead for Mattel.
Thank you so much. It was really fun.